Good day, everyone. My name is Chris Harrington. I'm here representing myself and Musa Elsir. We are having some technical difficulties attempting to do a dual recording from remote locations because we're both online students. And in trying to do this on my own, I can't seem to get the internet to work. So I'm stuck kind of barbarically recording this on my cell phone at the computer screen. So I hope this comes out all right, and I apologize in advance for the unprofessional appearance. So I guess we'll begin with that. When Musa and I were looking for an analytics topic to investigate in the basketball world, I stumbled upon the topic of corner three-pointers and how important they were in the modern day game. So as we kind of started looking into the topic, we both became pretty interested in learning more, so we decided to focus on this for our research paper. So to give a quick background on the topic, recognition of the value of the corner three is attributed to Greg Popovich, the head coach of the San Antonio Spurs. He was the first to really grasp the benefits of that shot, which is really kind of twofold. First, it's 21 inches shorter than a three-pointer from above the break, making it the most efficient shot in the game in the sense that it's worth 3 points, but it's from a shorter location than the other ones. Second, it provides an indication of general offensive prowess in that three-pointers, corner three-pointers are the result of good spacing on the floor and really good ball movement because it takes multiple passes typically to get the ball that far advanced up the court. It also allows the offensive player to shoot with the highest average distance between him and the nearest defender. Since making this discovery, the Spurs have been top 3 in the league in corner three-pointers attempted for the last 15 years, and they have led the league 9 times out of those 15. Previous studies have shown that frequency of corner three-pointers attempted is strongly correlated to offensive success, and more so than any other area on the court in the past 17 seasons. So we determined that our goal was to perform our own analysis on the value of the corner three-pointer and the various team statistics that it could theoretically influence. We wanted to test the hypothesis that corner three-pointers positively impact team results because they, first, are an efficient shot, and second, indicate a difficult team to defend. The plan was to test several dependent variables against the same set of independent variables to better understand what team statistics were affected by those. So moving on to the empirical models, you can see our selected variables on this slide. So the independent variables we selected are corner three-pointers made, corner three-pointers attempted, opponent corner three-pointers made, and opponent corner three-pointers attempted. And all of these are per season totals. The dependent variables, each of which we wanted to test against some combination of the independent variables above, are team win percentage, offensive efficiency, effective field goal percentage, and defensive efficiency. And all of these represent an overall team performance indicator. This slide details the 4 separate empirical models we wanted to investigate, built in the same format we're all familiar with from this course. The variable abbreviations can be seen on the bottom half of the slide. The top equation with the dependent variable win percentage is the only one that includes all 4 independent variables we're considering for this analysis. The next 2, offensive efficiency and effective field goal percentage, only include the offensive independent variables, corner three-pointers made and corner three-pointers attempted. The last equation, defensive efficiency, contains the defensive independent variables only, which is opponent corner three-pointers made and opponent corner three-pointers attempted. We expected the coefficients for the offensive independent variables to be greater than 0, and for the defensive independent variables to be less than 0. This slide shows a quick insight into the data collected from the NBA Savant website. We analyzed data from the 2010 to 2015 seasons for all the categories previously mentioned and shown here on the slide. So you can see the teams and the years on the left, and You can see in the middle there we have the offensive statistics, the defensive statistics, and then the team dependent variables on the bottom. Here we have the summary of our descriptive statistics for our dependent and independent variables. I invite you to take a quick look through these tables, but I won't spend too much time going through the details here. You can see the basic descriptive statistics for all the variables we laid out previously. There's nothing, in my opinion, that's really earth-shattering here. There's nothing that's that valuable to really dig into, but it's always good to have the descriptive statistics available and be able to look into those if you need to. This slide shows the results of the regression. Again, I don't want to spend too much time picking these apart just yet because we have a slide coming up that details our conclusions, but there are a few things I'd like to highlight. First of all, the R-squared value of the win percentage model is the highest of the bunch, indicating the strongest correlation of the 4 models we examined. I'd also like to point out that the coefficients for win percentage and effective field goal percentage seem very insignificant at first glance, but when we consider that the dependent variable is also a decimal figure, the coefficients at this magnitude aren't quite as insignificant as they first appear, so they're still worth considering. The coefficients for defensive efficiency are relatively low, which also suggests a weak correlation. And in the win percentage model, the coefficients are positive for offense and negative for defense, as we had previously hypothesized. Here we see the t-statistic and the associated confidence intervals for each coefficient we just saw. The highlighted values represent the most significant correlations with the highest degree of confidence found in this analysis. We can also see with the d as in delta coefficients, there is a surprisingly insignificant correlation between defensive efficiency and corner threes given up by the defense. The c as in Charlie statistics have the highest degree of significance, which belong to the model of dependent variable effective field goal percentage. So to wrap up with some final conclusions, we confirmed through this analysis that corner three-pointers are generally a valuable tool for NBA coaches to pay attention to when it comes to game planning, style of play, and even personnel decisions in regards to which players can work in their system, which players to trade for, to pay attention to in the upcoming draft, things like that. Corner three-pointers attempted actually have a stronger correlation to team performance than corner three-pointers made. So that kind of sounds funny at first, and you would assume that made shots are more valuable than taken shots, but it kind of points back to what we mentioned in the early slides, which is the twofold aspect of the benefits of corner three-pointers. One is that it's an efficient shot, but the other is that it's really indicative of a team that understands how to space the floor and move the ball quickly. So the fact that corner threes attempted is more valuable than corner threes made, I think really highlights that fact and really the aspect of how that shot indicates a well-oiled machine on offense.